Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video for today. So as you can see, SoFi right now on Monday is up 7.5%. We're back to $18.46. As you can see, year to date, this stock is now up over 30%. And yes, we have gone back to the price. We were well above the price we were at the start of this year. So basically, right now, what you got is the same price per share as the start of the year, but we learned way more about the company than we knew at the start of the year. Commentary from management, new product launches, future project launches, etc., etc. Right now, market cap wise, this needs to be updated, but we are closer to $20 billion. Of course, for the stock to be eligible, to be included in the S&P 500, it needs to be above, I think, $18.5 billion in market cap for a certain period. I can't remember if it's 60 days or 90 days. If you know, please let me know down in the comment section below. So what exactly has gone on with SoFi today? What has happened with Robinhood as well? Because Robinhood is also above $90. Huge news, actually, especially for me as a European, was pretty cool, but I'll explain the pros and the cons of the announcements of the Tokenize event. And I'll also share my thoughts on, well, moving forward with SoFi, because I have a pretty big position in that company. What's the game plan here? Taking profits, adding more, doing nothing. We'll discuss all of that in this video. If you enjoy this type of videos, hit all the buttons, especially the subscribe one. Really appreciate that. If you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment with the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to full.com/couchinvestor. Thank you very much. And also special thanks to fiscal.ai for sponsoring this video. So for those that missed the portfolio update video on Sunday, first of all, shame on you. Second of all, doesn't matter. I'll repeat it here again, said it as well during the live stream. So first up, we have this: crypto is coming back to SoFi. For those that are not aware, crypto was available on SoFi before they got their bank charter. When they got their bank charter, they basically had to delete, right? Control-Alt-Delete, completely remove the crypto business from existence. So yes, they lost out on probably $100 million in revenue, maybe even more, right? Maybe even more. So SoFi members will soon be able to buy, sell, and hold a selection of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Over time, SoFi intends to offer stablecoins and a wide range of services, such as providing members the ability to borrow against their assets, expanding payment options, and introducing new staking features. I mean, the last part here, borrowing against their assets, especially if it's crypto assets, this is going to be very, very interesting because, of course, we know crypto, very, very volatile, risky asset. So I really want to see what the terms and conditions and how this whole thing will be structured, especially coming from SoFi. Because SoFi is, well, their goal is to get your money right. So they're not going to offer a service just for the sake of offering a service. They want to offer it in a safe way as well. On the other hand, here we've got this: coming soon, pay worldwide. Send money to over 30 countries seamlessly. Later this year, we'll offer SoFi checking and savings members international money transfers in the SoFi app at faster speeds and lower cost than traditional services, putting more money in people's pockets. And so they said the following. This comes from their own press release: more people are turning to crypto than ever before to pay, invest, and transfer money faster, safer, and for a fraction of the cost of traditional methods. Today, it is estimated that nearly 3 in 10 American adults own crypto assets. Growing demand, fueled by expanded institutional investment and emerging regulatory clarity, is expected to drive more mainstream adoption of crypto and likely the start of another technology supercycle. To help more people benefit from this shift, SoFi is announcing the first of many planned crypto and blockchain innovations across our products and services: self-serve international money transfers, also known as global remittances, and crypto investing, each expected to launch later this year. By the way, they said the following: more than $93 billion in remittances were sent abroad from the United States in 2023, according to the World Bank. So huge opportunity here for SoFi to take, of course, a chunk of that 93, probably now maybe even closer to $100 billion. Anthony Noto said the following: the future of financial services is being completely reinvented through innovations in crypto, digital assets, and blockchain more broadly. We are accelerating our efforts to give members more choice and more control. Whether they're investing, sending money across borders, or planning for their future, crypto and blockchain innovations can and will be threaded through each of our businesses and capabilities, including buying, paying, saving, investing, borrowing, and protecting. And in doing so, we will continue to stand alone in offering our members unmatched products and services as the only digital one-stop shop for their financial needs. Lastly here, marking our return to crypto investing, SoFi members later this year will be able to buy, sell, and hold a selection of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Over time, SoFi intends to offer stablecoins and a wide range of other services, such as providing members the ability to borrow against their crypto assets, expanding payment options, and introducing new staking features, as well as blockchain and digital asset infrastructure capabilities for other companies offered by, surprise, surprise, Galileo, SoFi's technology platform. So, this is very exciting. Of course, don't expect to see any huge revenue benefits right away. Well, first of all, this hasn't launched just yet. And even when this will launch, it will take a couple of quarters before it actually does have a real material impact on the overall business. But the narrative around SoFi stock definitely is changing, which is one of the reasons why the stock was up 7.5% on Monday, but not the only reason. I think we can all agree that the overall market is in a very, very good mood, right? So it's not just SoFi that is going up quite a lot more recently, it's a lot of other stocks out there. So yes, the narrative around SoFi is maybe changing, but of course it also helps that the market is in a good mood, so it pushes stock like SoFi higher, basically where we were at the start of the year, but we now know more about the company and the company's plan than we did before. So, of course, that's great. And I'd also like to add that I still think that the market is underestimating SoFi's growth. So if we go here on fiscal.ai and we look at what the analysts are expecting this company to do revenue-wise, analysts are expecting this company to grow revenue 24% year over year in fiscal 25, then 19.6% in 26, and then another deceleration, lower growth, 16.9% year over year growth in fiscal 2027. If we look at, for example, not net income, but EPS, right? EPS, because we know what SoFi's own targets are for EPS in fiscal 26, I believe. Right now, if I remove myself right here, you can see that for fiscal 25, analysts are still expecting SoFi to generate around 30 cents earnings per share, then 50 cents in fiscal 26, and then 70 cents in fiscal 2027. While we know that for 2026, fiscal 26, the midpoint of SoFi's own guidance, which they said they are going to, reach it, that's around 67, 68 cents. So here again, the market, in my opinion, is still way behind SoFi's own expectations, and they've been wrong before, and I believe they will be wrong again for the upcoming years. Even if we look here at the analyst estimates, again, all on fiscal.ai, link is down in the description. Stock research platform, you get 15% off, link is down below. New users will get Fiscal Pro for 2 weeks for free. Here as well, you can see that the estimates are, I think far from reality. The average analyst price target, don't even get me started about that, right? Because we know that some analysts still have, I think, a price target of $8 or $9 or so. Right now, it looks like we are a bit closer, right? If we go to 26, around $14.5 or so. Yes, the higher end is closer to $20, but still, this is quite laughable. I think they'll be wrong. They've been wrong before, and I think they will be wrong again. And it's not like this company has not been growing across the board, right? They've been growing lending. They've been growing financial services actually much faster than previously. Of course, yes, the technology platform of the business has not been growing as fast as previously expected. I think we can all admit that. But to counter the slow growth of the tech platform, if you look at financial services is growing now 3 quarters in a row on average, triple digits. So that's quite good. The tech platform, we know that in 26, it will generate revenue, right, from deals that generated $0 in 2025. So that's definitely going to accelerate the growth in 2026. And even lending, which is this part right here, lending has been recovering, right? If I remove all the rest, and I'll just show you the lending part of it, by the way, again, this is all available for you. You can basically follow a lot of segments and KPIs from each and every company, all on fiscal.ai. Look at this, lending revenue, reacceleration of growth here. I mean, just a wonderful, wonderful business. So to me, this is, yes, okay, great announcement for SoFi, good momentum from the market, but this is also just the market maybe giving SoFi the respect it deserved previously. Now, touching back on these announcements, just an FYI, Robinhood last quarter generated $252 million from crypto. They generated the quarter before that $358 million from crypto, which is way more than the prior quarter. So a huge, huge jump, of course, as there is a bull market, as Bitcoin continues to go up and up, there is quite a lot of momentum. A platform like Robinhood definitely has a lot of momentum with them and will definitely generate quite a lot of revenue because of the crypto business. Then on the other side, we have Wise here, because if we are talking here about sending money internationally, we have to talk a little bit about Wise. And Wise, if we look at total revenue growth over the past couple of years, we can see that growth has definitely accelerated back here in 2023. But since then, yes, 24 was still a good year, up 46% year over year. But then it's expected to grow way slower than SoFi's business, for example, way slower for the next coming fiscal years. If we look at net income, same thing here. It's expected to basically be flat for the next coming fiscal years. Now, if we look at the two businesses here for Wise, one, and that's the big one here, total cross-border revenue, and the other one here is total card and other revenue. That has, of course, grown faster, as you can clearly see here from the difference in the blue bars. But look at total cross-border revenue. Revenue growth has decelerated extremely rapidly. In March, last quarter, basically, that only increased by 1.9% year over year. Now, yes, this is a profitable business, but where is the growth, right? Why are we not seeing growth in that segment, which is here their biggest segment? I mean, if SoFi can tap into that market, cross-border market, if they can make sure that it goes through stable coins, which means margins are going to be higher, there might be some revenue sharing on the interest that you're making, then this is going to be quite a good business that SoFi owns, right? SoFi already has, for example, the loan platform business, right? You can compare it to Upstart, but Upstart is a completely different company, and yet SoFi basically has a product that could have been a standalone company, right? Of course, it's not always apples to apples, but it's always good to have products inside your company that do exactly what other companies do, like only that. I mean, that's what I called expanding your total addressable market. Moving on here to the news that came out from Robinhood today. So more specifically for us Europeans. So Robinhood in Europe introducing stock tokens. Yes, they can now offer you stocks, right? So your Robinhood crypto app basically transformed into the Robinhood app that they have in the United States, because you can now buy, well, US stocks on that app. But the caveat here is those are tokens, tokenized stocks, okay? This is now available in all of these countries. And not only that, apparently there was also an offer. I don't know, I opened my app and I did not receive this. So Vlad, if you're watching, I would like my tokens of OpenAI and SpaceX, because yes, as you can see, private company stock tokens, the first two are from OpenAI and SpaceX. Now, as you know, with tokens, with CFDs as well, right, it represents the underlying asset. Most of the cases, you do not really own it. In most of the cases, you have no voting right as well. I do think that you do get your dividend payment. So if you're buying a stock that pays a dividend, I do think that you will get that dividend. So for example, what did I do? Of course, I went on the app, went to the PayPal token page and purchased some PayPal tokens on Robinhood just 5 euros here. I did actually spend a little bit more on Enphase. Well, a little bit more. It's basically house money because it's not my money. It's basically the money I got from Robinhood when I first downloaded the app, I think a year or two ago. You got some money in Bitcoin. Bitcoin went up. And so now I'm spending that money here. So I can buy tokens that are reflecting the value of the PayPal stock. So yeah, pretty cool, I'd say, if you purely want to, well, buy these things on a tokenized basis. But this changes things, right? This changes things. We've talked about in the past about tokenization of, well, real estate and of course of stocks. So the fact that Robinhood already does it today, and this is just the start, is a pretty exciting thing for sure. And so all in all, going back to SoFi here, we can see that SoFi on the daily is overbought. Plenty of stocks are overbought right now. We're at $18.40. We're up 6.9% right now. I believe Robinhood is up 12%. To me, this is great. Yes, you might say, oh, but look, maybe a double top here is forming, right? Because this was the top back in January. Yes, could be, although I do still think that SoFi today is a better company than what it was at the start of January. To me, the plan is very simple. I do not intend on selling one single share of SoFi because I do think that this company can be worth and will be worth much more in the future. Do I regret not owning Robinhood anymore? Yes, 100%. And I think I should have even bought Robinhood back in April, right around here. And even if I did not catch the bottom, I should have picked up should have picked up shares of Robinhood again, because this is a company that I've been covering for a long period of time, and I should have just kept on to my shares. I did it as a trade, made money on it, actually more than doubled. So I'm quite happy, but could have made more and held on to a very, very good company. I know when we talk about SoFi, we directly have to attack Robinhood, but that's not how I roll, and it just doesn't make any sense. Robinhood is a very, very good company, great execution. SoFi is a very good company, great execution as well. And so I'm happy for all of you that own either SoFi or Robinhood, or even if you own both, congratulations. I'm happy if I make money. I'm happy if you make money. This is not college football. This is not a sport where we have to compete with each other. No, if we make money, if we beat the market, that's all that counts. I hope that's quite clear. Anyways, that's all I've got for you right now. Hopefully you enjoy this type of videos. Hit all the buttons, especially check out fiscal.ai. Link is down in the description. You'll get 15% off and 2 weeks of the pro version for free to try it out. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.